The story of the United States is one of remarkable and profound transformation. From humble beginnings as 13 British colonies, the nation rose to become a global superpower. This journey began in the 18th century, as the colonies matured and developed their own unique identities. The colonists, seeking greater autonomy and chafing under British rule, began to agitate for significant change. Tensions escalated between Great Britain and the colonies over issues of unfair taxation and representation. The colonists, fueled by a growing sense of injustice, resisted British policies. This resistance culminated in armed conflict, marking the beginning of the American Revolution. Leaders like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson emerged, rallying the colonists to the cause of independence. The American Revolution was a brutal conflict, testing the resolve of the fledgling nation. Yet the colonists persevered, fueled by a belief in their right to self-determination. Their struggle resonated far beyond the battlefields of North America, inspiring revolutionaries and reformers around the world. The American victory in the Revolutionary War secured independence and set the stage for the creation of a new nation. The United States of America, founded on the principles of liberty and self-governance, was poised to embark on an extraordinary journey. The Declaration of Independence, signed on July 4, 1776, stands as a testament to the ideals upon which the United States was founded. This pivotal document marked the beginning of a new era, one where the principles of freedom and equality were enshrined as the core values of a burgeoning nation. This document, penned by Thomas Jefferson, proclaimed the colonies' separation from Great Britain and articulated the fundamental rights of man. Jefferson's eloquent words captured the spirit of the age, reflecting the Enlightenment ideals that were sweeping across the globe. His vision was not just for the American colonies but for all of humanity. It declared that all men are created equal, endowed with certain unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words have echoed through the centuries, inspiring countless movements for justice and equality. The Declaration's assertion of inherent human rights was revolutionary, challenging the established order and laying the groundwork for future democratic societies. The Declaration served as both a statement of purpose and a rallying cry for the fledgling nation. It unified the 13 colonies, providing a common cause and a shared vision for the future. The Continental Congress, through this declaration, boldly asserted their right to self-governance and their determination to break free from tyranny. It galvanized support for the revolution at home and garnered sympathy from foreign powers. The French, in particular, were moved by the American struggle for independence and provided crucial support that would prove decisive in the conflict. The Declaration's powerful message resonated with people around the world, highlighting the universal desire for freedom and self-determination. The document's eloquent articulation of universal principles resonated far beyond the shores of North America, influencing the course of history around the world. It inspired revolutionary movements in France, Latin America, and beyond, serving as a beacon of hope for oppressed peoples everywhere. The Declaration of Independence became a symbol of the enduring human quest for liberty and justice. Following the Declaration, the war for independence continued for several years. The struggle was long and arduous, with many battles fought and lives lost. The Continental Army, composed of brave men and women, faced numerous hardships as they fought to secure their freedom. The Continental Army, led by General George Washington, faced formidable challenges against the mighty British forces. Washington's leadership was instrumental in keeping the army together and maintaining morale during the darkest days of the war. His strategic acumen and unwavering commitment to the cause were crucial in achieving ultimate victory. Yet the colonists persevered, demonstrating remarkable resilience and determination in their fight for freedom. Their unwavering spirit and belief in their cause sustained them through the toughest times. The sacrifices made by these early patriots laid the foundation for the nation's future. The British surrender at Yorktown in 1783 marked the end of the Revolutionary War and the birth of the United States as a free and independent nation. This momentous event was the culmination of years of struggle and sacrifice, and it signaled the dawn of a new era in American history. The newly formed nation, with its bold experiment in self-government, embarked on the daunting task of forging a new path. The principles enshrined in the Declaration of Independence would guide the young republic as it navigated the challenges of nation-building. The founders' vision of a government by the people, for the people, set the stage for the development of a democratic society that continues to evolve to this day. The 19th century witnessed a period of tremendous growth and expansion for the United States. This era was marked by a fervent belief in the nation's manifest destiny, a concept that would come to define the American spirit and drive its people to explore and settle new territories. Driven by a belief in manifest destiny, the idea that the nation was destined to expand its dominion across the North American continent, Americans pushed westward. This belief was not just a political or economic motivation, but a deeply ingrained cultural ethos that suggested it was the nation's divine right and duty to spread its values and civilization. This westward expansion brought about significant changes, shaping the nation's identity and fueling its rise to power. The movement westward was not a simple migration but a complex process involving the establishment of new communities, the development of infrastructure, and the integration of diverse cultures and peoples. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803, orchestrated by President Thomas Jefferson, doubled the size of the United States. This monumental acquisition was a strategic move that provided the young nation with vast resources and new opportunities for growth. This acquisition of vast territories west of the Mississippi River opened up new frontiers for exploration, settlement, and economic opportunity. The Mississippi River itself became a vital artery for transportation and trade, linking the interior of the continent with the rest of the world. Pioneers, lured by the promise of land and a fresh start, streamed westward, establishing farms, towns, and cities. These settlers faced numerous challenges, from harsh weather conditions to the threat of disease, but their determination and resilience helped lay the foundation for the nation's future prosperity. The westward expansion, however, came at a cost. The movement into new territories often led to the displacement of Native American populations who had lived on these lands for centuries. The displacement of Native American populations from their ancestral lands led to conflict and hardship. The infamous Trail of Tears is a stark reminder of the suffering endured by Native Americans as they were forcibly removed from their homes and relocated to unfamiliar territories. The issue of slavery also cast a long shadow over the westward movement, fueling tensions between the North and South and ultimately contributing to the outbreak of the Civil War. The expansion into new territories raised contentious questions about whether these areas would permit slavery, exacerbating regional divisions. Despite the challenges, the westward expansion had a profound impact on the United States. It was a catalyst for economic development, as new resources and markets were tapped, and it spurred technological innovations such as the Transcontinental Railroad. It fueled economic growth, spurred population growth, and solidified the nation's position as a continental power. The influx of immigrants and settlers contributed to a diverse and dynamic society, while the expansion of infrastructure connected distant regions and facilitated commerce. This expansionist spirit would continue to shape American foreign policy in the centuries to come. The belief in manifest destiny evolved into a broader vision of American influence and leadership on the global stage, guiding the nation's actions and ambitions well into the modern era. The 19th century also witnessed the transformative power of the Industrial Revolution in the United States. This period marked a significant shift from manual labor and agrarian-based economies to machine-driven manufacturing processes. The changes were not just technological but also social and economic, laying the foundation for modern America. The nation, rich in natural resources such as coal, iron, and timber, and fueled by the ingenuity and determination of its people, underwent a period of rapid industrialization. Inventors like Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell became household names, their innovations driving progress and setting the stage for future advancements. Factories sprang up in cities across the Northeast and Midwest, producing goods that transformed American life and propelled the nation's economic growth. These factories produced everything from textiles to steel, creating jobs and attracting workers from rural areas and overseas. Innovations in transportation, such as the steam engine and the railroad, facilitated the movement of goods and people, connecting distant markets and fueling economic expansion. The Transcontinental Railroad, completed in 1869, was a monumental achievement that linked the East and West coasts, making it easier to transport raw materials to factories and finished goods to markets. The telegraph revolutionized communication, allowing for the rapid dissemination of information and further connecting the nation. Messages that once took days or weeks to deliver could now be sent in a matter of minutes, making business transactions and personal communication more efficient. The United States, once a largely agrarian society, was becoming an industrial powerhouse. The shift from farming to factory work changed the landscape of the nation, both literally and figuratively. Farmlands gave way to urban centers, and the American workforce adapted to new roles in manufacturing and services. This era of industrial growth brought about significant social and economic changes. The rise of factories and urban centers led to the development of new social classes, including a burgeoning middle class and a wealthy elite of industrial magnates. Cities grew rapidly, attracting waves of immigrants seeking opportunity. These new arrivals provided the labor force needed to keep factories running and contributed to the cultural melting pot that America is known for today. Urban areas became bustling hubs of activity, with new neighborhoods, schools, and businesses springing up to accommodate the growing population. A new class of industrialists and entrepreneurs amassed vast fortunes, wielding considerable economic and political influence. Figures like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller became synonymous with American industry, their business empires shaping the nation's economy and society. However, this period also saw the rise of labor unrest, as workers organized to demand better wages, working conditions, and a greater share of the nation's prosperity. Labor unions began to form, and strikes and protests became more common as workers fought for their rights. The Industrial Revolution had a profound impact on the United States, transforming it into a major economic and military power. The nation's newfound industrial strength allowed it to produce goods on an unprecedented scale, making it a key player in the global economy. The nation's industrial capacity would prove crucial in the 20th century, enabling it to play a decisive role in global conflicts and emerge as a superpower. During both World Wars, American factories produced the weapons, vehicles, and supplies needed to support the Allied forces, solidifying the United States' position as a leader on the world stage. We have discovered that more than 90% of viewers have not subscribed yet. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to the HR Virtual Tour channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Want to learn more about different countries and their unique histories? Check out our full playlist, where we explore fascinating stories from around the world. Right now, this is the first video in our USA playlist. More videos will be coming soon, so stay connected.